now there's a huge, big tennis tournament in the Mushroom World, and everybody gets excited, and everyone's involved, and let's see, Bowser comes there, and Waluigi makes his big debut among the Mushroom Kingdom, into the Mushroom World in general, and Birdo is there, and Princess Daisy is there. Princess Daisy, who we have not seen since that catastrophic, golf vacation that Mario brought everyone on. And I was actually thinking about this a bit more, that, given the fact that Daisy was not seen again for a long period of time after that vacation, I can only assume at this point that Daisy was so unhappy with this vacation that she was brought onto, and blamed Peach for it, that she did not, she kind of backed away from any kind of international relationship with the Mushroom Kingdom.
Didn't go to any Mario parties.
And that's just probably a big part of why Peach had to punish Mario so severely for a boring vacation, because it sabotaged their relationship with far-off Sarasaland. But it's been a while since then, and I guess she's gotten over it, and she's come back, and she's in this tennis tournament, and now she's having a good time, so now they can have an alliance. And so there were also a set of competitors who escaped from Painted World, just like the Golf Dimension, because they made a tennis dimension, and it had the exact same whatever hole that the people of the dimension escaped into the real world through. And once again, competing in the real-world tournaments, and then going back to their own dimension, gave them the experience that allowed them to break the limits of their programming, and then they conquered the tennis world, and defeated the fake Mario that was the best tennis player in that world. And there's probably going to be dimensional stability issues there, like we saw with Golf World, but we haven't seen any more of that yet. So, back to Bowser. Now, the Koopa Kingdom has been focusing on the stars, learning everything they can about celestial magic and wishes, since, that's their only hope of doing anything about the Mushroom Kingdom. They've got their whole alliance with the stars and all their wish power now, that Bowser needs to do something about stars and wishes in order to be able to do anything to the Mushroom Kingdom anymore. And I'm sure he's not at all happy about losing citizens to propaganda as well, having all these Koopas emigrate. So, but they come across, in their investigations, they find the story of the Star Rod, a wish-granting artifact even more powerful than the Power Stars, that is held by the Great Star Spirits, the kind of head star spirits of the celestial realms. So They pull out their storybook magic, a consistent success for them, sort of. Something that they've just used a lot in general, and use this to insert the high-ranking Magikoopa, Cammy, directly into the story about the Star Rod, which puts her directly into the Star Sanctuary, where she can stun the Star Spirits and summon Bowser there to grab the Star Rod. He uses the Star Rod to trap all the Star Spirits in cards, and then starts getting to work on his conquests and, using this immensely powerful artifact. So, shortly after the tennis tournament, Peach has a big party, another big, international party. Actually, might not be international. I think it's just dignitaries from around within the Mushroom Kingdom that are there. And, of course, Mario and Luigi are also there, and they're invited. During the party, Bowser attacks. He magicked his castle directly underneath Peach's castle, and lifts them both into the heavens. And, then he confronts Mario, and they fight, and Bowser uses the Star Rod and easily overpowers and kills Mario, and throws his body from the castle, where it lands in a clearing off in the woods. Now, the Star Spirits are trapped in these cards, but they're not completely helpless.
It's true.
They collectively use the last of their power to revive Mario. They can't heal him fully, but they can bring him back to life. And he is soon discovered because he landed right on the outskirts of the Goomba village, the area in the Mushroom Kingdom which has been designated for Goombas to live in. There's only one family there. They're the Goombas who really hardline bought into the kingdom's propaganda and emigrated there. They bought in so hard that they named their son after Mario. And so they find Mario and they bring him in to the Toad House there, because every settlement in the Mushroom Kingdom has a Toad agent assigned there to keep an eye on things, and they do so under the guise of running an inn, the Toad House. So Mario is brought into this Toad House, and he sleeps for days and days, is what they say. They don't give an exact count, but he is there for a significant period of time, unconscious. And he receives a vision from the stars during this, directing him to come seek them out so that he can, save things and stop Bowser. So he finally wakes up, he goes on the adventure to rescue the Star Spirits, and we won't go into all the details of that adventure. That was over 130 videos. You can check that the playlist out on the channel if you really want to see the details of that. I recommend doing so. It was a real good game. But, so here's the important points of that. So Bowser used the Star Rod to empower the minions that he'd tasked with guarding the captive Star Spirits, and Mario went around to each of them, defeated them, and rescued the Star Spirits, and he picked up a bunch of allies along the way, a bunch of companions to help out. He hit Toad Town. By the way, there is another town of Toads immediately outside Peach's castle, or at least where it just was. So that last castle, after that previous castle burned down, I guess she just gave up on the idea of keeping Toads safe by keeping them away from the castle. Or something, because, or maybe that was never the reason that she had another castle built. Maybe she just wanted another castle that would also fit Peach's MO.
I mean, most castles have a town around it to support the infrastructure.
Yes, but we have very clearly seen there is not such a town around that castle from Mario 64. Right. What's immediately outside that castle is a racetrack. Also, that was the castle that burned down.
Right. So
this castle is by a Toad Town, and this may actually be the same location as we saw in Mario RPG. This may be that same town, just having been built up a bit more with the power of the stars that they have now, that they can expand with magic. So, there's also other places Mario went. There's the Koopa Village, the area of the kingdom designated for the Koopas who have immigrated. It's got over a dozen residents, only 4 houses, and no infrastructure aside from a small shop and the obligatory Toad House. There's Dry Outpost, which seems to be a long-established Toad colony in the desert. There are mice who are native there, who had an ancient civilization that got conquered a long time ago, and there's ruins out there that are secret, and it was kind of a bit weirdly vague about what the hell was going on in the past there. That wasn't too important to the adventure. There's a haunted forest and desolate ravine where an independent civilization of boos seems to just keep to themselves. They're not really involved with the kingdom, aside from occasionally coming and spooking the guard in Toad Town for that immediately by the forest. There's a volcanic island where Raphael the Raven now lives, where he watches over a small tribe of Yoshis who are entirely separate from the Dinosaur Land Yoshis. There's a magic toy box world inhabited by Shy Guys. That's just kind of in Toad Town. There's a magic flower world inhabited by sentient plants and clouds and a sentient sun. And the sun and the clouds are at war? There's Shiver City, a self-governing settlement of penguins. They have their own mayor. Starborn Valley, also nearby Shiver City up in the north. It's a settlement of toads who raise star kids until they can ascend to the heavens. And the Star Haven, where star spirits live and wait to be assigned wishes to grant.